Hey everyone, welcome back to Clash with Them. Dark Deal is here, so we're going to cover everything about this event that you need to know, and everything you want to know, and a couple tips and tricks to make the most out of all your medals, etc. So, stay tuned if you want to learn everything about this event. Also, I think we have a little sneak peek down here, so stay tuned to the end to figure out about that. These are dark days, Chief. Villages have blocked their loot in vaults. Let's say we make a deal to crack them open. Amen. Ahem. My loyal debt collectors will join your army, no training needed. They'll crack those vaults and loot twice as much as regular goblins. Our services aren't free, so throwing any goblin cash you find in my wagon. I'll give you mischief medals, use them at trader shops to get items. Sounds like a plan, Chief? Now, just sign here, here, and here. It looks like this is the first look we have for the new little looter wagon, and starting off with the Dark Deals track, we do see the debt collector as the first troop. So let's look at the rewards track and we'll dive into the debt collector playstyle a bit later. The debt collector does come free when you first open up this pass, so that'll be something you get right off the bat. As mentioned earlier, this is a fairly long event running 20 days, so there is plenty of time to collect everything you need within this pass and track. And with any standard event, you're going to see the goblin cache being stored inside certain buildings around the multiplayer map. Upon taking out one of these buildings, you will see the cache starts to slowly stick away. And as you can see, once the battle is over, you can see the goblin cache collected over here on this little wagon. To completely finish the main track, you're going to need 16,000 goblin cache. That is a lot, but with this being a long event, it's actually doable. The bonus track, as you can see right here, is going to be 8,000 goblin cache to complete, and it gets you an additional 650 mischief medals. As shown, your free-to-play pass will give you 3,750 mischief medals if you complete the bonus track. And the event pass is going to spike up your mischief medals to 9,250. Running over to the shop for this event, you will see the new Dark Crown equipment is available for the Minion prints. This was featured in the last challenge level, and as you can see, when these troops die, he does get raged up and gets additional hit points. It is a passive ability, so it will basically happen throughout the game as you're fighting in your match. There's no activation, it just happens on its own passively. This ability will happen a total of 3 times throughout the map as units die. As I was saying earlier, the free-to-play, with the bonus track you get 3,750 mischief medals, meaning as a free-to-play player you can get this Dark Crown equipment, or any additional equipment you like, but I will never skip getting an equipment for an event. That also means that if you buy the event pass, you're going to be getting 9,250 mischief medals, meaning you can get 2 equipments, almost 3. So if you're low on equipments, this is definitely the way to go, is to use your mischief medals to purchase those equipments that you need. One quick thing to note is if you're trying to get the most equipment as possible, I would actually hold off on buying anything else after you buy a second equipment, assuming you get the event pass, because on certain events in the past, like the WWE, we saw content creators who were able to give out links to give you additional currency for this event. If you buy the event pass, you will have 9,250 mischief medals as mentioned. 2 equipments is 6,200 medals, and the 3 equipments is actually 9,300 medals, meaning you're only 50 medals short of a third equipment. It is possible, don't quote me on this, but it is possible that farther along in this event, there will be links sent out from content creators giving you the 50 additional medals to actually get that third equipment. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I would hold off on some of those medals if you're looking to buy a third equipment and just see if they drop one, because it would be really awesome to have those medals ready to go and not have to purchase more in the future. Alright everybody, quick little tea time update on this. The Supercell store has 100 medals there for you, so if you buy the event pass, there's your third equipment. You're welcome. Jumping into the new Dark Crown ability, this is going to be a passive ability, meaning you don't have to activate it at all in the game, it'll just happen as you go. This ability does not have a tile requirement, meaning if you place a balloon on the opposite side of the map, if your minion prince is on the board, if that balloon dies, it will count towards this hit points. There's no radius or anything like that, kind of like the baby dragon has. It is strictly, if it's on the board, it'll count. That being said, all units including skeletons, yeti mites, those will count as points towards this ability. Clones don't count, siege machines don't count, enemy clan castle troops don't count, but if it has a housing space number, in terms of troops, it will count towards his ability. You can't recall him and then let troops die and then place him back on the board. It doesn't work like that. But that being said, I would definitely plan on placing him later on in the map. When some of your easier troops die, some of your bait troops, I would wait for those to die before placing your minion prince so he can hang on to his ability as long as possible. That being said, this can be a double-edged sword because you're not able to time it like you would a normal minion prince ability. And then finally we have the debt collector. 10 debt collectors will come in your army regardless if you want to train them. You can add additional debt collectors in your army for 4 housing space, but these will basically take any building it breaks in terms of loot and will double the amount you get from it. As you can see, I did find a base that has 2 million loot on both sides, so we're going to use just the debt collectors to collect everything we can off the outsides and see how much loot we get. If you place 3 or 4 on every single building, it'll take it down in time. Just to note, anything taken out by other troops within your army will not count as double the points. So you want to pick off the buildings with the debt collectors early on so the rest of your troops don't take them. If you don't care about trophies and you're just looking to farm loot, this is definitely the way to go. So it looks like I took about half the loot off this base with just the debt collectors and a couple heroes, so we'll see what we got. As you can see, it doubles the amount that we would have got without the debt collectors taking the loot from the outside buildings, so it's a great way to catch up on walls or anything like that in terms of loot. Activating the event pass will give you an additional 1,000 cash to give you a couple extra tiers on this track, so I think it's personally worth it. There's a lot of good stuff in this pass, including ores and all that good stuff, and it does come with multiple equipments, which I need to catch up on some, so it's going to help me out a ton, and I think it will help you out as well. The 80 star ore alone that comes from the event pass is enough to get me because that is going to be heavily used to upgrade this new minion prince ability, and it's a big bottleneck in terms of ores. But if you choose not to get the event pass, this is a pretty good free-to-play event. You do get a cool decoration along with a couple other stuff and the minion prince ability, which typically you don't see in other events. That being said, you'll have to let me know what you think about this dark deal event. It is a pretty long one, so I think it's going to get old pretty quick, but who knows? You guys thought I forgot about this little guy down here. It has been quite a while since Clash of Clans has released a new spell, and I do think that this little icon down here is going to hint towards the new spell. Maybe it's an elixir spell, quote unquote. So let me know what you think about that and your predictions for what's going on with this little icon in the corner. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, join my Discord. It's a really good time. I'm going to be doing some event passes over the course of this, so you will have a chance to win an event pass if you join my Discord. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.